Hey friends, welcome to English Podcast for Listening and Speaking. Quick question, what makes a stranger become a real friend? Is it shared jokes, steady check-ins, or the feeling you're understood?
Great hook. I'd start with one true scene, 2 coffees, an honest story, a small promise kept, then ask, where do people usually meet new friends here, and how do they stay in touch?
I'm thinking of a first day at work lunch table, plastic trays, nervous laughter, a colleague who notices my silence and says, "Sit with us," which breaks the ice instantly.
That small invitation matters because inclusion lowers anxiety, so conversation flows. It becomes a weekly lunch, which later turns into deeper chats and dependable support after tricky deadlines.
Our focus today is friendship language adjectives like loyal, supportive, honest, patient, and relationship nouns like acquaintance, close friend, bond, boundaries, trust. We'll use them inside natural scenes.
Right, and we'll keep grammar alive, not abstract. Simple present for truths, present perfect for experience, and comparatives for choices. Like texting is quicker than calling, but calls feel warmer.
Why does friendship matter across cultures? It shapes belonging, protects mental health, opens opportunities, and creates safety nets. Someone who says, "I've got you," even when life tilts sideways.
Picture a neighborhood barbecue, the smoky grill, kids circling, music low. A neighbor says, "Try this. It's our regional marinade, which tastes sweet first, then bright, then gentle heat."
That tasting moment builds connection because sharing a tradition reveals identity, so strangers move closer. The marinade becomes a tiny story we both remember next time.
Let's craft a clear template. A vivid scene, then significance using because or so, plus a relative clause for precision. Your story gains texture, and listeners understand the cultural heartbeat.
Example: our Friday soup, which sounds simple, became our safe space because cooking together slows conversations, so honesty has room to breathe without pressure or performance.
Strong. Now a micro role-play to model growth from acquaintance to close friend. Set the scene in a language meetup coffee smell. Flyers, shy introductions, gentle name stickers.
I notice a woman scanning the board. I say, "Hey, I'm Emily. What's a good way to start conversations here without feeling awkward?" She laughs and relaxes instantly.
I answer as the acquaintance. I usually ask, where do people usually sit if they want longer chats? Then I recommend the big table by the plants.
I say thanks and I add, "I'm looking for a book club. Could you recommend a group that's friendly to newcomers who read slowly?"
I reply, the Tuesday circle is patient and supportive. They're more relaxed than Thursday's fast readers. If you like, I can introduce you after today's session.
After the meetup, she says, "That introduction helped. I felt seen. I've joined 3 Tuesdays now, and the group has become my steady anchor during a hectic month."
Narratively, you move from stranger to acquaintance to close friend by stacking small promises kept. Sit here, meet them, come back. That chain builds trust efficiently and kindly.
Let's unpack friendship adjectives inside context. She's dependable because she keeps time and checks in. She's open when conversation turns serious. She's respectful when boundaries appear.
And relationship nouns in motion: acquaintance at first, then a friend, then a confidant when private news arrives. The bond strengthens because reliability repeats, so confidence grows.
Audience: quick engagement while energy's high. Like, share, and subscribe if this helps your English feel warmer. Tell us in comments, where do new friendships usually begin in your city?
Add another prompt: what detail is hardest to explain in English about your friendship norms? Maybe punctuality expectations, invitation style, or how quickly people share personal stories.
Back to scenes. Imagine a study group: fluorescent lights, notebooks flipping. Someone asks, "Could you explain this concept again? I learn slower after work." Gentle vulnerability invites careful listening.
You respond kindly, "Sure, let's sketch it." Then you ask, when is the best time for you to review? Mornings before class or evenings after dinner?
That question honors boundaries and energy. It's more considerate than assuming availability, and it sounds supportive, not demanding. Language that respects time deepens budding connections.
Comparatives guide choices gracefully. Community classes feel easier than bars for many learners. Daytime meetups seem more relaxed than late gatherings, which sometimes feel loud or rushed.
Here's another lived moment: first winter abroad. Gray sky, heavy coat. A coworker says, "Bring your thermos." Our tram bench, which is windy, becomes a tea club with jokes and mittens.
The tea ritual matters because repetition builds comfort, so hard weeks feel survivable. Tiny routines, more consistent than grand gestures, create dependable friendship architecture.
I've experienced both slow and fast friendship cultures. Some places value daily micro-messages. Other places prefer weekly meetups that last longer than quick texts. Neither wrong, just different rhythms.
Good language for that nuance. In my experience, the weekly meetup is calmer than frequent texting. But texting is quicker than waiting when practical details shift suddenly.
Let's craft an in-episode toolkit line you can borrow. What's a good way to join conversations here without interrupting? I'm new and curious about the regular flow.
And a follow-up. Where do people usually continue chatting after this event? If there's a quieter spot, I might feel braver contributing longer thoughts.
Now a micro role-play about honesty. I say to a new colleague, I'm shy the first week. Could you recommend a gentle way to meet people at lunch without oversharing?
I reply, sit near the window table. People rotate there. Start with, how do you usually spend your break? It's friendly and open, not invasive or pushy.
I try it and someone smiles. Oh wow. I walk outside for 5 minutes to reset. You can join if you want. No pressure if you need quiet.
That no pressure phrase is gold. It creates boundaries while keeping the door open, exactly how acquaintances become friends without forcing speed or intimacy.
Another teaching move: paraphrase for clarity. If someone shares a tradition, reflect meaning first. Your Friday soup, which gathers neighbors, sounds like a weekly heartbeat because everyone contributes something small.
Paraphrasing proves listening. It also confirms understanding across cultures, where words like soon or later can carry different timing expectations. Mutual clarity lowers accidental disappointments.
Grammar: warmth, time, present perfect for experience. I've stayed close with my university roommate because we kept monthly calls, so distance never erased the everyday jokes we share.
And simple present for truths. Good friendships need honesty and patience. Boundaries protect energy. Small rituals maintain connection. Invitations feel best when they're clear and easy to decline.
Speaking of boundaries, try this gentle statement. I love long conversations, but I finish work late. Mornings are easier than evenings for me. Coffee Saturdays keep me human.
That line signals availability without guilt. Friends learn the map of your time, which prevents resentment and supports consistent meetups rather than chaotic last-minute scrambles.
Quick audience prompt: what opener sounds natural in your culture when you meet potential friends? Share wording in English, and if you like, your language too.
And another: where do regulars actually gather in your town? Is it a riverside walk, a station cafe, a weekend soccer field, or a quiet library corner with sunlight?
Now, one more micro role-play to cement the because divided by so divided by relative flow. I describe our Tuesday walk, which began accidentally after class, continued because pacing together feels calming, so conversations wander honestly.
I paraphrase, your routine walk, which anchors the week, builds trust because movement lowers pressure, so heavy topics land softly and recover quickly. Beautiful and practical.
Early CTA again while momentum's alive. If this is useful, like, share, and subscribe. Drop one sentence describing a friendship scene you love so others can learn your city's rhythm.
Excellent. As we slide forward, we'll examine openers, settings, and signals, how to start without awkwardness, read comfort levels, and choose places where friendships begin naturally and grow reliably.
Stay with us. The next stretch moves from hello to we're friends, gentle questions, body language clues, and invitations that feel kind, not clingy, so trust can breathe and deepen.
Stepping straight in, the easiest opener is a gentle question. Try. What's a good place to try local food near here? Your voice curious, your smile relaxed, shoulders loose.
Oh yes, curiosity unlocks doors. I add, could you recommend a weekend market that feels friendly to newcomers? Softer tone, warm eyes, a tiny nod signaling openness, not pressure.
Location matters. Community classes feel easier than bars for starting chats, and daytime meetups are generally more relaxed than late-night gatherings, which can be louder and rushed.
At co-working kitchens, I like, where do people usually eat lunch around here? Then listen. If someone says window table, great, because window tables invite small groups and calmer conversations.
Quick pronunciation nudge for clarity, Not drilling say usually with a soft z sound, 𝗄𝗶𝗶𝗍𝗆, and recommend with a clear stress on mend. Small clarity upgrades prevent awkward repeats.
Body language helps. Angle your body slightly, not head-on. Give comfortable space. Keep your hands visible. Smiling with your voice works wonders when masks or noise hide expressions.
Another opener for parks or riversides. How do people usually use this path? Morning jogs or sunset strolls? It's friendly, not intrusive, and it leads to light, local tips.
In cafes, I often ask, what's a good pastry here and why? People love sharing reasons, because reasons reveal personality, so you learn taste, habits, and miniature stories.
Comparatives guide choices kindly. Asking why is more engaging than asking what, and open questions feel more natural than yes or no questions when you want conversation to stretch comfortably.
Micro role-play time scene, small cafe, rainy afternoon, low buzz. I turn to the barista's line neighbor and say, hey, what's a good place for live music near here?
I answer as the neighbor. The Community Arts Center hosts Saturday Jazz. It's calmer than downtown clubs and cheaper than stadium gigs. You should arrive early for the front seats.
I respond, that sounds perfect. Could you recommend a time when the crowd is friendlier to newcomers? I get shy if it's too packed, still practicing bravery.
I reply, the earlier crowd is more relaxed than the late one. Doors at 6 feel welcoming. If you'd like, a few of us usually meet by the mural.
I say thanks so much, no pressure, but would you like to swap quick details in case I get lost? Otherwise I'll just look for the mural and wave.
I answer, sure. Let's keep it simple. Are you on WhatsApp? We can exchange first names and a smiley, nothing heavy. If plans shift, we'll update kindly.
Beautiful. Notice the soft invitation plus easy boundaries. Would you like and no pressure protect both sides? Friendships grow faster when safety and choice are present from the beginning.
Settings list, quick and human language exchanges, weekend sports, library clubs, volunteer shifts, community cooking nights, all feel friendlier than random bars because shared activities create effortless small talk.
Let's craft 3 versatile openers. 1. Where do people usually hang out after work around here? 2. Could you recommend a beginner-friendly group? 3. What's the best time to arrive?
Social cue check. If someone answers briefly and looks away, step back gracefully. Say, thanks, appreciate it, and release the moment. Respect is more attractive than persistence.
If someone leans forward and asks you back, you've got a green light. Add one tiny story, like, I'm new in town, searching for a regular table of friendly faces.
Comparatives again for planning. Community runs are easier than solo gym conversations, and library meetups are quieter than music venues, so focus choices where your energy feels naturally confident.
One more role-play bus stop, golden hour. I glance at the route map and say, I'm still learning lines. What's a good app locals actually use for changes?
I answer as the local. City Move works better than the official one. Weekend alerts are earlier than weekdays. If you're heading downtown, switch at River Street, not Central Station.
I reply, thank you. Would you recommend arriving earlier for tonight's open mic? I heard the sign-up fills fast. I'm curious, but lines make me nervous after work.
I say, get there by 7. The host is kinder earlier than later. If you want company, our group sits near the side door, easier exits, 0 pressure.
I follow appreciate the invite. If I don't make it, have a great night. If I do, I'll bring cookies as tribute. Basic friendship currency unlocked.
Humor helps. Gentle laughter lowers formality so conversations breathe. Still, keep cultural sensitivity. Some places prefer subtler jokes. Observe. Mirror energy, and keep warmth steady rather than flashy.
Let's practice a tiny structure for openers context, plus curious question, plus soft permission. Example. I'm new to this park. Where do regulars usually sit? Okay if I join briefly.
Lovely. Permissions show respect. They also help shy listeners try English without fear. When options stay open, silence feels safe, and the conversation can bloom naturally or end kindly.
Observational compliments build bridges. Your tote is handcrafted, right? Which market sells those? Because which invites stories. So people talk about makers, neighborhoods, and memories, not just prices.
Pronunciation, nudge, handcrafted, stress on craft. Neighborhoods, clear neighborhoods. Little sound choices raise clarity and confidence, especially in noisy spaces where repeating feels exhausting for everyone involved.
For crowded events, try, where's a quieter corner people like for conversations? Simple, polite, practical. Also watch spacing one step back, signals safety when excitement makes voices climb.
If you sense hesitation, repair gracefully. Say, thanks anyway, I'll explore. That quick exit protects dignity for both sides. You can always return later if the vibe shifts.
We also need tiny cultural guardrails. In some cities, direct invites feel forward. Instead say, a few of us usually grab tea after class. You're welcome if timing works.
Comparatives for clarity. Tea after class is easier than big dinners for new friendships. Smaller bills, shorter time, simpler coordination. The best beginnings are often surprisingly modest.
Audience, your turn. What opener sounds natural in your culture? Drop your exact words in English and, if you like, your language too, so we all learn rhythms.
One more prompt. Where do regulars actually meet in your town? Name the cafe, park bench, community hall, or market aisle. Secrets welcome, generosity encouraged, credit your neighborhood heroes.
When a chat clicks, I like framing the next step gently. Would you like to join the Saturday sketch walk? Totally fine if mornings are busy, zero expectations.
Excellent. That totally fine phrase keeps doors open without trapping anyone. Friendly plans thrive when flexibility leads, because no one loves social homework with hidden obligations attached.
Micro role-play co-working kitchen, kettle whistling. I say, where do people usually learn about local events? Bulletin board, Slack, or the front desk? I'm trying to find a language exchange.
I answer, the board updates daily. Language exchange meets Wednesday. It's more supportive than Thursday's debate club. If you're interested, I can introduce you to the host later.
I reply, thanks, that would help. What's the best time to arrive if I'm new? I like easing in before the big crowd. Nerves behave better early.
I say, doors at 6, warm up at 6:15. The host explains rules slowly. Newcomers feel welcomed. You could bring a short article to discuss simple topics work best.
Notice the invitation, info, and reassurance. Together they form a friendly glide path. You're not shoving connection, you're guiding it, gently, like a handrail on busy stairs.
For shy days, keep a pocket script. Where do people usually continue this conversation? I'd love one more tip. Otherwise, thanks for your help. I appreciate your time.
Gorgeous. That closing line respects the moment whether or not it grows. Friendships aren't forced, they're invited, and invitations land best when choices stay real and breathable.
Quick checklist for yourself. Context question. Clear listening. Small personal detail. Soft boundary. Repeat sparingly. If the door opens, step through. If not, you've still practiced graceful English.
And remember, comparatives for confidence. Smaller groups are easier than big ones at first. Daylight feels safer than midnight, and weekly routines beat random parties for forming steady bonds.
We're gliding toward deepening the bond. Next, trust, boundaries, honest conversations. How acquaintances become close friends through consistency, small favors, and routines that protect energy rather than drain it.
Stay with us. Section 3 leans into courage with kindness. How to ask for support, how to offer help, and how to set respectful limits without dimming the friendship glow.
Picking up from openers, real friendship grows when small promises meet steady timing. I've learned consistency beats grand gestures, because reliability builds trust faster than dazzling, once-a-year fireworks.
Oh yes, tiny rituals feel magical. I've kept Tuesday tea with a neighbor for months, and that rhythm has softened tough weeks, which makes honesty feel safer.
We can frame deepening with 3 moves: share something true, agree a small routine, and check comfort levels. That triangle keeps energy balanced, so resentment doesn't quietly accumulate.
Language helps. I might say, I've loved our chats. Would you like a weekly walk? No pressure if evenings are heavy. Mornings work better for my brain.
Boundaries sound friendlier when specific. Try, I'm usually offline after 9 because I need quiet, so I'll reply tomorrow. The because and so explain, instead of just blocking.
Another example, I care about you but I'm short on energy tonight. Could we schedule Saturday coffee? I'll listen fully then. Wow, that honesty prevents messy misunderstandings.
Present perfect shows earn trust. I've trusted him with tough news since university. Notice how since anchors the timeline, and tough news signals depth without oversharing every detail.
Let's model a micro role-play scene. Small park bench, late afternoon breeze. I say, I've really enjoyed our study group. Would you like to keep meeting Wednesdays? Shorter sessions suit me.
I answer, I'd like that. Wednesdays are easier than Thursdays for me. Could we keep it to an hour? My commute gets messy after 7. Thanks for understanding.
I reply, perfect. If we need extra time, we'll add Saturday. And if life explodes, we reschedule without guilt. Consistent kindness beats frantic perfection every single time.
Deepening also includes reliable follow-through. If you promise a resource, send it. If you schedule a call, show up. Nothing grows closeness like kept appointments and thoughtful links.
Sometimes closeness stumbles. I believe repair language should feel gentle. Try, I missed your message and I'm sorry. I value this. How can I make it right?
Or, I assumed you were okay, which wasn't fair. Next time I'll ask directly. Thanks for telling me. Calm words reduce drama, so solutions appear faster.
Conflict needs boundaries too. I might say, I can talk tonight for 20 minutes, then rest. Do you want comfort listening or ideas? Choosing mode prevents accidental fixing.
That question, comfort or ideas, rescues many evenings. It respects autonomy. You're offering support that fits, not advice that stings. Respectful options deepen trust without swallowing anyone's independence.
Present perfect again. I've noticed we cancel less when we plan one easy activity, like a walk and talk. It's lighter than heavy dinners, cheaper than concerts, kinder on energy.
Comparatives clarify expectations. Voice notes feel warmer than texts for apologies, and a short call is often better than long paragraphs when nuance matters and tone heals.
Let's role-play consent before advice scene. Kitchen table, quiet clink of cups. You share a problem. I breathe and ask, would advice help, or do you just need company?
I answer, thanks for asking. I just need company. 30 minutes of quiet is better than solutions tonight. Your presence helps me breathe. We can brainstorm tomorrow.
I reply, done. I'll light the kettle. We'll keep it simple. I'm here. That sentence feels small, yet it carries the whole boat of friendship across waves.
Boundaries also involve money and time. Try, I'm happy to join. But my budget is tight. Could we pick a free option? The friendship matters more than the venue.
Another honest line, I'm trying a quieter month. I'll still text and walk. I just won't stay late. Clarity prevents confusion, which protects the friendship from invented stories.
Sometimes friends seek different speeds. You can gently calibrate. I enjoy weekly check-ins, but daily messages feel overwhelming. Could we try weekends? We'll adjust if it feels distant.
If feelings get tangled, anchor in appreciation. I care about you, and I want us steady. Thank you for hearing me. Appreciation oils the gears during necessary adjustments.
When trust deepens, invitations can widen. You might say, my circle meets for board games. Would you like to join Saturday? Totally fine if you prefer quieter weekends.
Yes, keep doors open without pushing. I've invited friends to volunteer mornings. It's simpler than nightlife, and service conversations create glue, which lasts longer than Club Neon.
Let's explore repair. After tension micro roleplay, delayed reply triggered frustration. I say, I'm sorry for going quiet. The week swallowed me. You matter. Next time I'll send a quick heads up.
I answer, thanks for the honesty. I felt ignored. Ouch. But I'm glad we're talking. Maybe a short thumbs up helps signal you'll reply later. Simple signals rescue peace.
Notice the structure, own your part. Validate their feeling. Propose a practical tweak. Tiny agreements restore equilibrium, so resentment dissolves rather than hardening into pointless distance.
Trust also loves confidentiality. You could say, thanks for sharing that vulnerable story. I'll keep it private. Promise-kept stories are the backbone of genuine, long-lasting friendship.
Present perfect suits that statement. I've kept friends' stories private for years, which is why people relax around me. Reliability becomes your reputation, attracting compatible, respectful people.
We should mention boundaries around advice givers. Try, I appreciate your ideas. I'm not ready to act yet. Checking in next week works best. Patience today builds tomorrow's courage.
And for overschedulers, say, my evenings are limited, but Saturday morning works. Shorter meetings are easier than marathon hangouts. We can leave on a high note, not exhaustion.
We can deepen bonds with micro-rituals. Friday, photo exchange. Monday, voice note. Monthly library date. Regular, small, kind. The calendar becomes a friend which protects the friendship.
When distance occurs, use a gentle bridge. I've been quiet, yet I've thought of you. Want a short walk Sunday? Consistency returns through humble doorways, not dramatic speeches.
Quick audience moment. What boundary statement sounds polite in your language? Share the English version and your original. We're building a global toolkit of respectful phrasing together.
And another prompt, how do you usually repair after a misunderstanding? A sentence, a habit, a timing trick. Your wisdom might save a stranger's friendship this month.
Before we glide onward, here's a tiny blueprint. Share one truth, schedule one ritual, confirm one boundary. I think that trio keeps friendships steady during busy seasons.
Present Perfect wraps that well. I've seen friendships survive wild schedules because people honored small check-ins. Regularity is quieter than fireworks, yet the glow lasts far longer.
Last micro role-play budget honesty. I say, I'm saving for exams. Could we picnic instead of restaurants? I'll bring fruit. Your company matters more than menus. Thanks for understanding.
I answer absolutely. Parks are better than pricey cafes this month. Let's pick Saturday shade. Your clarity helps me plan. We'll relax, not worry. Friendship beats receipts.
With trust and boundaries set, invitations become lighter and braver. We're ready for cross-cultural moments, gift customs, punctuality, splitting bills kindly without stepping on each other's toes.
Agreed. Section 4 navigates expectations across cultures with grace, opinions softened by hedging, gentle comparatives, and role-plays that keep dignity intact while communication stays crystal clear.
Stepping across cultures can feel exciting and delicate. Every friendship carries hidden rules. How do we read them kindly without sounding like inspectors or losing our natural warmth?
I like gentle hedging. Phrases like "in my experience it seems," or "I might be wrong" help soften opinions. Clarity arrives without declaring universal laws or stepping on traditions.
Gift giving first. In some circles, small tokens matter more than price. I usually bring fruit or tea, which feels humble and thoughtful, so no one worries about comparisons.
Punctuality varies wildly. Some communities value exact minutes, others a relaxed window. You could ask, what arrival time feels normal here? That question saves apologies and awkward hallway hovering.
Invitations can be layered. Shall we do dinner next week? If timing's tricky, join dessert only. Flexible choices feel kinder than rigid plans, especially during busy family seasons.
Money talk is easier with matter-of-fact sentences. In my experience, splitting the bill evenly is simpler than itemizing. But I'm happy to adjust. What works best for you?
Dietary preferences, big topic. I tend to say, I don't eat pork, but everything else is fine. I'll bring a side dish. Thanks for including me. Simplicity removes tension.
Micro role-play dinner invitation across cultures. I'll host noodles Saturday. Arrival around 6 works. Bring nothing but appetite. If you prefer vegetarian, I'll prepare a separate pot. Comfort beats culinary pride.
I answer, thank you. Noodles sound cozy. I'm vegetarian, and I truly appreciate the separate pot. Do you usually start with tea? I'd love to follow the local flow.
Perfect. I reply, yes. Tea first. Shoes off at the door because cleanliness signals care, so socks are welcome. We'll eat family style, which means sharing bowls and friendly passing.
Mishaps happen. Oops, I clink chopsticks loudly. I could whisper, sorry, I'm learning. Please correct me if needed. Honesty with a smile travels further than stiff perfection.
For gift expectations, hedging helps. I might be mistaken, but do guests usually bring something small? If so, could you recommend a favorite local snack? Guidance feels like oxygen.
Timing again. Arriving earlier than hosts can cause chaos. Arriving much later can feel careless. I believe sending a quick message avoids that classic doorway tangle of apologies.
Communication cadence differs. Some friends love daily check-ins. Others prefer weekly depth. Comparisons help voice notes feel warmer than texts, but texts are faster than calls during office hours.
Clarifying tone saves friendships. I'll say, if I reply short, it's workload, not disinterest. Thank you for patience. That line protects connection when life runs like a hurricane.
Another role-play splitting bills. I say, shall we split evenly, or pay what we ordered? I'm comfortable either way. Choosing now prevents calculator drama later. Math shouldn't bruise friendship.
I answer, thanks for asking. Even split is fine tonight. Next time I'll host Hot Pot. Hosting turns the cost conversation into generosity instead of penny. Counting anxiety. Balance returns naturally.
Saying no kindly matters. Try. I'm grateful for the invite, but tonight I need rest. I'll join next week. Leaving the door open keeps momentum without sacrificing health.
Declining food politely. I'm full, thank you. Everything was delicious. Could I take a small portion for later? Affection stays intact, and the cook hears appreciation rather than rejection.
Punctuality microcheck. I'll ask, is there a usual cushion after the start time? 5 minutes? 15? Some communities anchor schedules with generosity, others with exactness. Either deserves respectful attention.
Greetings differ too. I might offer a handshake, warm eye, smile, and pause. If a hug seems natural later, lovely. Letting the other person lead avoids those awkward shoulder collisions.
Follow-up etiquette. In many places, a thank you message the next day feels respectful. Voice notes carry gratitude better than plain texts, because tone proves sincerity and prevents misreading.
Here's a compact script. Thanks again for a gentle evening. I learned the tea sequence, which was beautiful. Next time, desserts on me. See you after the midweek rush.
Conflict prevention travels with curiosity. It seems your family serves elders first. Should I wait, or may I start with salad? Asking quietly shows care without turning dinner into ceremony school.
Gifts versus cash sensitive. I might say, would a small contribution help, or would you prefer homemade sweets? Both options honor culture while avoiding offensiveness. Choice comforts everyone involved.
Transportation timing also differs. In my experience, suburban families prefer earlier evenings. City friends meet later. Earlier gatherings are easier than late nights when children or elders are involved.
Addressing nicknames. May I call you by your short name, or do you prefer the full name? That tiny question often melts a mountain of invisible social friction.
Dress code comparisons. Smart casual feels safer than sporty for first visits. If unsure, ask, what do guests usually wear? Being slightly more formal is better than feeling underdressed.
Responding to silence. Some cultures cherish pauses. I breathe and let quiet do its work. Conversation doesn't need constant fireworks. Genuine listening builds deeper bonds than rapid-fire commentary.
Social media etiquette. Can I post a photo from tonight, or would you prefer privacy? Permission first is better than apologizing later. Friendship thrives when dignity stays protected.
A quick audience nudge. What's a polite way to decline an invite in your culture? Share one sentence in English and, if you can, your original phrase.
Another prompt. Which expectation surprises newcomers most? Where you live, gifts, punctuality, shoes, greetings, bill splitting? Your comments could save future visitors from unnecessary blunders and awkward hallway apologies.
Role-play clarifying money kindly. You invite me to a group birthday. I ask, what's the typical contribution? I don't want to underdo or overwhelm. Guidance makes generosity land correctly.
I reply, we usually chip in $10 for cake and card. Anything else is optional. Your presence matters more than extras. That sentence keeps hearts higher than receipts.
When you misstep, apologize cleanly. I'm sorry I arrived late. Traffic surprised me, and I should have messaged. Next time I'll leave earlier. Genuine responsibility repairs trust faster than excuses.
Hedging softens opinions in comparisons. To me, home meals feel warmer than restaurants, but restaurants are easier for large groups. That balance respects both efficiency and intimacy.
Invitations across languages. If phrasing feels stiff, try, we're gathering Saturday for simple food and laughter. You're welcome if free, totally fine if not. Permission to be human included.
When cultural rules collide, choose the person over the protocol. Kindness lasts longer than flawless etiquette. A warm question outperforms a perfect fork in building long-term connection.
Let's combine expectations into a tiny script. Thanks for inviting me. How should I greet your grandparents? Should I bring fruit or flowers? I'm excited and want to be respectful.
Superb. And if you're hosting cross-culturally, write a friendly note beforehand. Shoes off at the door, vegetarian pot available, arrive around 6. Clarity removes worry, so people relax immediately.
For long-term peace, calibrate cadence. I might say, weekly voice notes work best. Daily texting overwhelms me. I care about this friendship, and steadier rhythm keeps me present and kind.
Agreement language helps. That sounds reasonable. Let's try weekends for check-ins, and adjust if it feels too sparse. Experimentation beats assumptions. Friendships breathe when schedules remain flexible.
Miscommunication happens. If a joke lands badly, say, "Yikes, I missed the mark. Thanks for telling me. I'll retire that line." Humility earns more trust than defensive debates.
Reconciliation gain. I've noticed apologies stick better with a small action arriving early next time. Sending that resource, or hosting a simple meal, behavior cements words into believable patterns.
Before we move forward, one more audience spark. Where do regulars actually meet in your town? Parks, bakeries, night markets, libraries? Tell us the hidden spots newcomers should respectfully discover.
Lovely. We've mapped etiquette, money, gifts, greetings, cadence, and graceful declines. Next up, the daily habits that keep friendships, strong rituals, check-ins, gratitude, and an ending that stays warm.
We've learned how friendships begin and bridge cultures. Now let's protect them. I'm thinking tiny rituals, gentle check-ins, and realistic plans that survive busy weeks without guilt or pressure.
Exactly. The simplest frame is scene appreciation, plan. Share one moment, say why it mattered, then propose a next step. Maintenance sounds ordinary, yet ordinary rhythms build extraordinary bonds.
Mini story 1. Every Thursday evening, I brew jasmine tea and send 2 voice notes. I thank a friend for something specific, then suggest a short Saturday walk.
Mini story 1 for me. Sunday mornings, I bike past the river, then message a university buddy. I appreciate his steady humor, then propose lunch during the quieter Wednesday window.
Voice notes carry warmth better than plain texts because tone shows care, so misunderstandings shrink. Also, brevity helps. I aim for 1 minute, clear gratitude, and 1 simple invitation.
I prefer the calendar trick. Recurring reminders labeled kindness. When it pings, I send a 2-sentence check. In, thinking of you. Any free hour next week. Automation supports sincerity, not replaces it.
Some friendships need seasonal rituals. First, snow pastry, summer night market, autumn book swap. Anchoring to seasons feels playful and easy, which keeps connection light instead of logistical.
And micro-rituals travel. After meetings, I text "got home safe." Small safety checks translate across cultures. They're quicker than long conversations, yet they whisper you matter every time.
Boundaries keep rituals sustainable. I'll say, weekdays exhaust me. Weekend mornings are lighter. If we plan then, I'll show up present. Honesty prevents resentment from quietly eroding trust.
Here's a maintenance script using the frame. Scene, today's commute sunrise looked like your old photo. Appreciation, your perspective steadies me. Plan, could we coffee Tuesday, or try a lunchtime walk?
Audience, share your maintenance ritual in 1 sentence. Maybe it's monthly dumplings, Friday memes, or holiday postcards. Which tradition brings you back to each other when life gets noisy?
Another audience nudge. Which phrase will you try this week to strengthen a bond? Write it below so others can borrow. Generosity multiplies when language becomes a shared toolkit.
Let's talk repair after drifting. Oof, it happens. I'll start with humility. Hey, I went quiet. I'm sorry. Here's what happened. If you're open, I'd love to reconnect slowly.
Strong. Then a gentle plan. How about a 15-minute call Sunday? If that's heavy, I can send a note first. Choices respect energy while signaling intention to rebuild.
Micro role-play long-distance friendship. I say, our time zones fight us. Could we schedule 1 overlapping hour monthly? I'll bring coffee. You bring your newest playlist. Consistency beats spontaneity across oceans.
I respond agreed. Let's set first Sundays. And we'll keep messages short during deadlines. Concise beats vanished. Our expectations become a safety net instead of a pressure cage.
Gratitude in maintenance matters. I'll say, thanks for celebrating my tiny wins. Your steady cheerleading makes big goals feel possible. Appreciation transforms support from invisible habit into honored practice.
Tangible support helps too. Shared documents for trip ideas, rotating restaurant lists, a running tally of inside jokes, artifacts become memory anchors, which keep friendship vivid between meetings.
Comparatives clarify priorities. Weekly coffees are easier than big parties for building trust. Small circles are calmer than crowded rooms when emotions feel tender. Choose pathways that protect openness.
Likewise, slow replies with honest context are better than instant responses with irritation. Kindness outperforms speed. Friendships prefer gentle pacing over hurried tapping that sounds distracted.
Maintenance also means celebrating differences. She loves spontaneous concerts. I prefer planned hikes. We alternate. Equal attention feels fairer than one style dominating. Balance keeps enthusiasm alive.
Money-friendly rituals matter. Walking loops are cheaper than bars and more restorative. Library hangouts beat loud clubs for conversation. Cost-conscious choices reduce pressure and lengthen the friendship runway.
When conflict appears, use the maintenance frame again. Scene. Yesterday's message stung. Appreciation. I value your honesty. Plan. Can we unpack it tomorrow? 30 minutes max. Safe container. Clear time.
And add consent language. Do you want empathy or ideas? Asking first prevents accidental advice overload. Friendship flourishes when needs are labeled clearly instead of guessed anxiously.
Mini story 2. I've stayed close with a childhood neighbor. We lost touch, then rebuilt through monthly recipe swaps. Cooking the other's dish felt intimate, which stitched our timeline back together.
Mini story 2 for me. A colleague moved continents. We kept a quarterly chess app match. Turns arrive slowly. Conversation rides alongside. Strategy and stories intertwine without calendar chaos.
Invitations should leave room for no. You're welcome to join Sunday's picnic if you're free. Totally fine if not. Freedom tastes like trust, and trust keeps invitations feeling safe.
Celebrating milestones sustains momentum. Promotion, recovery, new apartment, exam passed. Quick video cheers beat elaborate parties you never schedule. Small sparkles add up to constellations of belonging.
Another micro roleplay post-event follow-up. Scene. Loved the gallery night. Appreciation. Your notes on color were brilliant. Plan. Same time next month. Or shall we try the outdoor market instead?
Perfect. Include logistics early. Saturday morning fits traffic better than evening. Earlier crowds are friendlier than late ones for conversation. Clear planning prevents last-minute stress spirals.
Digital garden idea. Create a shared album named Tiny Joys. Drop weekly photos, sunlight on stairs, dog in a sweater, steaming soup. Mutual noticing becomes a low-effort gratitude practice.
And a yearly tradition. Schedule a friendship retrospective coffee. What worked? What felt heavy? Which rituals to keep? Which to retire? Intentional reflection keeps habits aligned with real lives.
Language tip use. Because, and so to connect feelings and actions. Because this friendship steadies me, I protect our Saturday hour, so other plans slide after. Reasons strengthen boundaries kindly.
Relative clauses add texture. Our Friday soup, which sounds simple, became the safe space for hard conversations. Specificity invites empathy, and empathy raises the trust ceiling higher.
Keep introductions alive. Your circle grows stronger when friends meet friends. We'll host a potluck, which welcomes diverse tastes. Everyone brings a story, so conversations cross, pollinate beautifully.
For shy listeners, start microscopic. One check-in this week, one invitation next week. Momentum beats intensity. Tiny actions compound into reliability, which is friendship's favorite currency.
Time for a late gentle CTA. If today helped, like, share, and subscribe. In comments, drop your city or country, and one ritual you'll try to nourish a friendship.
Add your phrase too. Maybe, thinking of you any free hour Sunday. Or, summer market next weekend, want to wander. Your examples become a community library learners can borrow freely.
Here's a memorable line to share widely. Friendship isn't found by accident. It's built by small promises kept again and again. Say it, live it, watch your circle steady.
Beautiful. And remember, maintenance is lighter than repair. Brief, sincere messages travel further than overdue essays. Consistency, even imperfect, beats dramatic bursts followed by long silences.
Last audience spark tonight. What seasonal ritual could anchor your friendships? Spring picnics, monsoon tea, winter soups, exam season encouragement. Describe it in one sentence. Inspire someone across the world.
And one more. Which phrase will you try this week to strengthen a bond? Post it below. When language becomes action, friendships stop drifting and start glowing again.
We began with first hellos and careful etiquette. We end with rhythms that last. Keep scenes small, gratitude specific, and plans gentle. Your friendships will breathe, grow, and endure.
Thanks for walking the path with us. Keep the promises tiny and true. We're cheering for your quiet rituals and brave invitations. See you next episode, where new conversations begin.